back again. Blue, I've got the...
All right, guys, here we are again on Wednesday, ready to do this one more time for everybody. Let's go ahead and put it together. It's the Angry Dandelion. We are Thumping Loud, Sewn Together, and Super Kami Guru. This week, we got a little bit of kind of everything. We're going to touch a little bit on the Comic-Con and how it was good or bad. We'll kind of roll with it. There's a lot of really good on one side and then just kind of a lot of nothing from the other side almost. But I'll just let you know how our week's been since you talked to us last. Guys, how y'all doing?
Guru?
Same old. Been playing a lot of Terra still. Playing that summer event before it ends. I know this weekend they plan on doing a double Vanguard drops, which I'm going to get on that. I figure that they're probably doing all this right now for the rumor around the water and cooler update in August. Dipped into a little bit of Defiance 2050 today. Just to see if they actually gave me back a lot of the stuff that you were talking about.
Well, that's on that.
Yeah, they did.
Like playing the same game?
Right now, it's feels like going back down memory road so far. I haven't dived too much into it. Probably going to play a little bit more of it a little bit later on.
Right.
Last night I hopped on Star Trek for a little bit, Star Trek Online, mainly because I heard that they dropped a new update involving, for anybody that's a Star Trek fan, they made it where you can be a Dominion now, which that's actually pretty cool. They made it where if you don't want to level up on that character since they came out with the update so late, pretty much, you automatically come out the door as a level 60. I heard that they've upped the level cap to 65 or 70. I'm not quite sure. I haven't dived too much into it. I kind of was bouncing around games last night.
Right.
But that's pretty much it right now. Besides diving into a little bit of what's been going on in Comic-Con weekend.
And the one highlight game you failed to mention in your roulette of games that you've been playing.
Oh, yeah, Vigor. I hopped on Vigor a little bit.
Even more so. The one that you can't play right now.
Oh, yeah. And Walking Dead, we got it. You definitely got me into that. The Walking Dead Our World. I've been playing the heck out of that, like in between waiting for matches or waiting to figure out what I'm going to do, or we're just sitting here BSing or anything else like that. I'm just in the middle of playing that, just nonstop.
It is definitely one of those games that you could say that it is the adult Pokemon Go.
Yeah. It's
getting us out doing the same thing that all of the Pokemon people were doing, where you're just out walking around doing shit. Like I took like probably my longest walk with the game today, and encircled my whole neighborhood. I walked like down the street and was like, all right, do I want to go up that way or do I just want to go ahead and cut out to a main road and do the 4 big main roads around me and do that? So I just went on the little hike around my neighborhood on the outside of it and wrapped up a lot of stuff. I got that van you were talking about that you said your girl had gotten, the Survivor van, which helps boost your
barricades.
Helps boost your fortification and barricades in the like what you could call almost their attempt at early PvP. where they give you kind of a, hey, look, this player team has this, and you have this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, but also looking forward to the fact that there is about to be PvP in that game.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
That little cannonball in the cannon cross gun there in the corner that's preparing everybody to get ready for whatever event's going to kick that off. But yeah, definitely, I know the three of us are pretty heavily involved in that, and with your girl, even more so because she's going
Oh,
around
man.
doing all kinds of stuff all over the place. Our little group, the connection, is doing its thing and getting, more substantially grown out. We're starting to see who the players are going to be, so we'll be doing a little house cleaning there, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that we're all in different states, it's been neat to see those flares go off and be able to travel to that area and just kind of get a look around the map and be like, all right, well, this is what your little spot on the map looks like. It's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, your neighborhood's as big as my whole town.
And just imagine, I walked around it today.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, it was an experience because it was just storming right before that. And I look out the window, I'm like, all right, it doesn't look like it's raining anymore. I can go ahead and take this walk. And I get like down the street and all the way to the other end of the park, and I'm getting ready to hang the left to go up the main road there, and it's like the thunder starts. And I'm like, ah, man, I'm gonna have to walk the rest of the way around the circle because I'm at a point where like going back is going to be just as much as going forward. So I'm committed to this walk at this point. I'm like, screw it. I'll just get wet if that's the case. I had to put my phone in my pocket for a little bit, maybe duck under a tree to play my rounds that I'll be able to play. But that's what this walk's going to be. If I get wet, then that's so be it. So I committed myself in on that level, and I get all the way around and get back to the street that could cut me back into my neighborhood, and I'm like, nah, let's just stay on the main road, hit the next one, and come back in. I'll come back in down, on the bottom side of the hill by the park again. I'll cut through the office park and come out down there. And fortunately, it didn't start raining until I had hit the grass coming back through the park, coming back to the house, but it just started to drizzle then. But yeah, talking about a dedication to a game. I mean, yeah, it had me out there today. I was like, all right, I'm going for it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I've just been
It's-
doing drive-bys.
And
I'm breaking all the rules, just driving around, collecting survivors as I'm driving down the road, Fuck it.
what's your survivor cap at right now? Because I think I just went to 9 today.
I can bring 7 with me.
That's what I'm at right now.
That's a coveted spot, 7. How often do you fill up on them?
Well, I drive to and from work, so.
Do you drop off at work and then when you come home?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not bad then.
Yeah.
Generally fill up on either end?
Yeah, for the most part, I've got like 30 some survivors at work, and well, it's not quite at work. It's at the spot I drive to when I'm taking breaks. It's where I put my base because I'm not about to be playing the game while I'm actually at work. But while I'm on break, I drive to a certain spot, smoke my
Nod.
cigarettes.
Any of you executives from the job that are listening, nod. He's not playing while he's there. Nod.
No, I'm seriously
Not-
not. I'm seriously not playing while I'm at work. I got work to do while I'm at work, but I get 2 15s in a half an hour, so.
What is that? Nod, wink, nod.
Oh man.
Yeah. Nah.
So who's y'all's favorite person to take with you when you're actually killing Zeds?
Right now, as far as level wise for me, I'm running. I got Daryl up to a 95.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, I run him most of the time unless there's a good bonus for running a melee kill person, and I can run I've got both Michonne and Carol at like 80. What is that? 80, 83, 80, something like that.
Just gonna look real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna make me check. But
I've been running Rick or Daryl here lately a lot.
You got Rick.
Yeah, I got Rick. Got a little lucky draw on Rick.
Yeah, Michonne and Carol are both sitting at 83s. Primary weapon for me is my Falcon pistol. Like, it's an 83. I also have that that SMG that you like to use. I've got it at an 83.
Nice.
And so I don't really use the SMG much. I like the precision single shot headshot that comes with the pistol. If I had a different weapon that did that same single shot that was built that good, like, I would probably use it. I notice I'm not a big fan of like the assault rifles or the SMGs. I've got a purple hand cannon sitting here just waiting to be leveled. And it's at a 72 right now. I can't wait till it out levels my Falcon. But
so you got the Deagle basically.
it is called the Vulture Pistol. Is its exact name. And it does a 523 with a reload of 1.3, 6-round single fire. Where my Falcon is 697 with a 1.3, 6-round single fire. That 697 damage, man, that is great on headshots, especially on like level 7 walkers of pretty much about any type. Armored walkers are the only ones that kind of get a little out of whack. I've also found that grenades are very early use items in a match. When you go into a match, if you got a crowd sitting over there, go ahead, throw your one, maybe 2 grenades, but throw them really quick. Because you don't want to sit there and not start taking out zombies, even though your little friends over there taking out what they can. I mean, y'all know Daryl, he one shot drops them.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
But he's slow as shit from one shot to the next. And I mean, I understand it's a crossbow.
Yeah, I was getting ready to make that point myself.
Yeah, I understand it's a crossbow. What the hell you gonna do with it? But on that same note, you gotta. I've had him had to heal for like 45 minutes or so a couple times. So
what up, Ren?
You know, to look at it on that side of it, it's like, man, you know, what the hell are we gonna do with that? And if you throw too many grenades, you find yourself all of a sudden overwhelmed. Daryl's getting pushed back, and you can't get them to drop fast enough at that point. I'm seeing that at like level 8, level 9 stuff. And I've noticed the counterpoint on that, if you drop and do a level 10 and you go, boom, grenade, and just fire like shit at their heads fast enough at that point, all of a sudden everything's good and you're in a great spot and you don't need to worry about a damn thing. Like everything is great. Everything's dead. Survivors generally can be saved in the same format. I'm still only 1 raid loss fighting against raiders. I think they're sending a lot of weak ones around my area, though, because I got beat by a really low level raider, which was really weird. I didn't understand how it happened. Like, things got out of control somehow, like, really quickly. But I'm a 333. My team is a 333. And I faced a 420-something today that I just mopped the floor with them.
I've been running into that too. Like, a lot of the time I'm like, do I feel like my team will win that? Like, their points are way off. Like, they look like they should be kicking my butt, but I've mopped the floor with a lot of them, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's weapon types though. I think it leans to the strength of exactly what I was saying about single shot, high power weapons versus multi shot. All those shots got to hit to do that total damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that variant and calculation in it is why I find myself my single shot. If it hits, it does all that damage in that one bullet. I don't
Yeah.
get 5 shots that cumulatively do that damage, which is what most of the SMGs do. You hear what are they, 3 to 5 rounds? I think something like that. The burst fire on those.
Yeah.
I will say I've had a lot of fun with the assault rifle because of the challenge that's been going on. The one that we've still got to finish.
Yeah, I
Killing
tap shot those, man. I with the SMG and everything, I'm just tapping single shots or burst shots. I'm definitely not using anything fucking full auto. I tested that shit out and it's inaccurate as fuck and you don't get kills.
I loved it though. It was so great. Like there was one match where I was just like, up that clip. All right, let's do the 2 seconds to reload this bastard. No, that clip. Because it was just like you were just okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm still aggravated by the fact that I have 72 of the 100 cards I need to level it up again to make it where it's at least useful in some of the majority of the battles that are in my area now. Because I've out leveled that weapon primarily is what it boils down to. Is that weapon just it's not useful in the battles that I need it in.
Mm-hmm.
And I have found myself going in and retreating out of a battle because you go in and you see, oh, there's armoreds here. Well, let's go see if I can do this with the other gun.
Yeah, I alternate between Michonne, Daryl, and Carol. And mine are all 72s right now. I'm about to have Daryl up one more level, but I gotta save up my coins to get Daryl upgraded. But
Yeah, he's a bit pricey on the upgrade if you've got a
Yeah.
purple.
It's like 700.
he's just blue for me. They're all blue for me, but they're all rares.
I saw a 1300 upgrade today.
Damn. Well, I definitely ain't sinking any fucking money into this game, but
No.
I'll let it come natural.
I think officially all the 8-bit bros have spent money on the game now. If it was a $5 purchase or what, I'm pretty sure that has happened. I know the guys said they did, and I have now officially too. So
I still haven't. I know
No.
the missus
I'll
has.
still say your missus has.
Yeah. She
Hey,
definitely has.
you should tell her to take your phone one day and just be like, "Here, babe." She can.
I thought about it.
She can go drop that money on your account.
Put in work.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Put in work or get that sloppy jalopy, right?
Oh,
Yup.
dear God.
Yeah, we know this poor guy can't. He's not going to ever
You know,
get sloppy jalopy.
she still hasn't even asked what a sloppy jalopy is yet.
That's because she looked it up when she walked away that day, and you're just lucky she hasn't killed you in your sleep yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, Thump, what the fuck are you drinking tonight, Thump?
Oh my God. I'm drinking a 103 IBU 6 Point Brewing Company resin. 9.1 ABV. Little 12-ounce Invisican.
Yeah, Invisicate.
Dude, the technology that makes these is excellent. But yeah, it's got a little funny story on it, actually. You know, most of these craft beers got their little own stories on the cans. And this one's like really short, but it says, "We remember our first sip of hoppy beer. Do you?" Nearly spit that shit out. Now, it doesn't say shit. It's just got $, £, exclamation point, and that little over cap.
So apparently they don't allow to say shit, huh?
No. And it says, now we fantasize about this stuff. Thinking about those hop cones bursting with juice, ripe as hell, which is on the can. Makes you look forward to that first resin all day long. Can't wait.
Noise.
So yeah, it was a neat little story, and they're right, man. I mean, it's a 103 IBU for those of you out there in the world who know what hop values can get to. 103 is sitting up there on the high end, man.
Oh,
That's
hell yeah, man. The highest hop, the highest IBUs I've had is 110. And I think that was a 6 Point Brewing Company like puffy or cloudy IPA or some shit like that.
Oh wait, no, the puff, the something. Oh, what was that one? I remember it.
I can't.
And it was in the skinny can too. It was just like the tall skinny can.
Yep. And I think it was 110, 9.8, ABV and shit like that. But where I'm at right now this evening is the Hop Revolver.
Oh yeah, definitely good one. I put up a picture of mine on Instagram of the front and the back of the bottle, and was gonna throw your picture into the loop, but it didn't. I didn't obviously download the picture to my phone, so it wouldn't let me throw it into the Instagram shot.
Word. Guru, what beer are you drinking tonight?
Actually, he is blue bitchin'. He did ask for PBR though. I did hear him. Before she left out of the house. He asked for PBR.
I heard it myself. I did, but I couldn't resist.
And then next thing you know, she showed up with this, and I'm like, that is not what I asked for.
She's afraid that the South Park joke will come to reality if you start drinking that PBR.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just going to get you this.
There's no need for domestic violence unless it's her on you.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, so you mean like an everyday thing?
Yeah, you mean like normal?
Spousal abuse. Poor guy.
Yeah.
How's your feed looking going up to Facebook?
It has frozen on me like 3 fucking times, but it's better now.
It's choppy on my end. What are you seeing through XSplit? And look, everybody out there on the radio that's listening to us, sorry about that. I mean, hey, technical issues. When you get nerds with technology, we experiment with shit, and this is what happens.
XSplit's great. 0 drop frames. Everything's running super smooth on XSplit. Facebook was being kind of shitty to me. But right now, after refreshing the fucking page 3 times, it looks good. So
yeah, I noticed that too.
Jandel, what do you got, man?
Now it's not showing me who's watching or anything. It says we have 3 people viewing, but
I had 4 just a minute ago, but I see it's Guru and Jandel, and then of course myself and you probably.
Yeah, Ren popped in for like 2 seconds and then dipped right the fuck back out.
It could be the buffering issue, but
yeah, it was being kind of shitty on Facebook there for a sec.
Yeah, it happens now and again.
But yeah, we're setting at a solid bit rate and 0 drop frames across YouTube and Facebook through the XSplit.
All right, good deal. All right, now on the other end of this conversation, we've all enjoyed, all 3 of us, and we heard about his separatist activities of him playing Terra and Star Trek and jumping into Defiance also. We heard about those activities. Let's talk about mine and your separatist activities.
I hate you guys.
Maelstrom.
Even though this guy sitting on the screen over here, for those of you who can see him, or the ones that know him as Kami Guru, and has a different adaptation to I guess we'll call it hood version of Guru. Supa,
it's not me. It's not me.
Supa, look, who else on the internet is going to have a name Supa Kami Guru other than Super Kami Guru? Just because you got an alternate identity on the internet that you just wasn't bright enough to change a whole lot.
Look, man, if I had a PC to be able to run this game, I'd be playing right along with you guys because I've watched gameplay of this so far. I haven't watched you guys really play it too much,
That's 'cause
but
we
I've seen.
didn't.
Yeah, I know.
We just beat the shit out of people that don't ask questions.
We have
But
been
I've
wrecking
seen-
fools.
I've seen so many people playing this, and you know I'd be right there along with you guys if I
I'm-
had some. So don't you even come at me with this
Yeah.
whole alternate identity.
Yeah,
Not
sure
really.
thing, Super.
Yeah, we've seen you in a couple games already. You just ain't never been our teammate.
Didn't we have a Kami Guru on its own, too?
Yes, we did. We had somebody that was a Kami Guru. But no, remember that was Kami Guru was actually in hyphens out there to the side. He had it was
Yeah,
separated
dude.
out. It was a name and then Kami Guru over to the side, like it was like, but this is really me.
Motherfucker's
No
been going
shit.
behind our back performing oral activities to get that PC. And then
Yep.
just not telling us so he can play on its own.
Yep. Separatists.
Separatists.
But for real though, Maelstrom, man, is definitely a different world in the battle royale. It's a blast. It really is. To be able to, it has some light RPG elements to it. You know, you're upgrading your ship, you're upgrading your crew. It's fun. $20 on Steam.
But you know that a level 1 nobody from nowhere can come into that game if he's got just a couple matches under his belt. He can come in and ruin your day, even as a level 10. So even though there is that level up process, it's not like you're automatically the best on the block. Like me and Stone just work good together as a team. That's why we go in and win a lot of rounds when we're playing with each other, and we've been beat by some guys that once they get with the right team over on their side, like they just kind of come through and dope us into some shit that we knew better before we got involved.
Yeah.
You know, and occasionally we just go a little too hard. We're just like, come on, let's tear this up, and then both of us are trying to limp away, going, yeah, the front end of my boat's destroyed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's been some of those.
Yeah, if somebody throws a rock at me right now, it's going to be a problem.
But dude, it's definitely, you know, I picked up Islands of Nine and played a decent amount of that. But you know, thanks again, Thump, for the gift. Since the gift happened, there's no way I could go back to Islands of Nine.
He's been mad at it. It's pretty good. I mean, there's 3 different factions with 3 different ships. That's where it's at in its state right now. It's a kind of a alpha beta testing of the game in its current form. It is not full release.
Early access.
Yeah, it is still in the early access program. It's only $20. They take a different approach to the battle royale, of course, with the leveling system, like you've heard us talk about. Also with the 3 different factions, which kind of give you not only the faction choices, but they also give you spec choices. Like if you run the tiny ship, the mid ship, or the big ship, you've got a very different role for each of those boats. And they can all stand on their own in solo gameplay if you want to queue up solos.
Yeah,
But
they can.
you get into a match with a team that's running like 3 different out of the same grouping, and they all know how to work their little boat. Like, you can watch some crazy stuff happen where, like, attack, and then all of a sudden your guy's gone, your buddy that was just right there next to you just a minute ago. All of a sudden he's gone, and you're trying to figure out where the hell you and your other teammate are going to go, because it's 3-man squads when you do teams. And you're trying to figure out what the hell y'all are going to do, because he just got wiped out real quick, and you thought he had the more upgraded ship.
Yeah, and don't get caught up in fucking combat on the outskirts of the map, because once that shape starts to close in, parallelogram or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because it ain't no circle in this game.
Yeah, no circle shutdowns. Like, it's not every other battle royal circle gets a square.
What up, Cody?
It's literally like you start on the map, and they just like slice 4 slices off the edges of the map from whatever fucking direction they want to, and that's the next play location. And then they use that area and they slice off some of that area, and that becomes the new play location. It's like, holy shit. And that stuff's called the Blackwater.
Yeah, you get caught out in that, you're getting eaten by a monster. It's over for you. Don't get caught. That's for fucking sure.
There's monsters out there that all they do is eat boats.
Mm-hmm.
All they do.
And you can't even take them down, right?
No.
No, your only cue there is to hope that you've got a captain that will allow you to bolt at the right moment. That thing comes out of the water, it misses you on its way back down.
Yeah, dude, it gets intense, but dude, it's definitely one. It's almost refreshing to play that game because it's such a change of pace. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Battle Royale, and I get the hype around it. But this is super refreshing to that genre. And the game's been out since what, like April?
Yeah.
So spend your $20 on something that you're actually gonna get something out of, not just skins. Because that's every other Battle Royale, it's just skins.
Yeah, and so far this is an upgrade system. There are no in-game purchases at this point. We definitely won't say that there won't be. There will be expansion to this game, I'm sure. And when that expansion comes, it's going to definitely take on some characteristics of every other Battle Royale. It's going to have to in order to kind of fit in that realm of things. Like the $20 one-time purchase you're getting so much gameplay out of it, though. It is, right now, you can't argue. You can't argue. It's worth every $20 right now that you can spend on it.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you're getting more out of this game for $20 than you got out of PUBG. It released for $30, and you're getting out of PUBG right now for $30. You really are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not getting microtransaction to death,
For skins.
Yeah, for skins.
You get to upgrade these boats, and they're small, like almost insignificant upgrades, but they're so important to you when you're playing the game. Because I'm not even running all the top tier stuff. Like my heavy boat, I'm running the low tier sails, I'm running the mid tier cannons, because the heavy cannons suck.
Yeah, well, they seem to vary between, I guess you call it race, between, because it seems that the orcs are a lot more focused on close combat, where the humans are focused a lot more on ranged combat. And I haven't really messed around with the dwarf class at all. What do the cannons look like?
The steam trollers, they're a kind of a hybrid, I guess you'd say, of the other two, where some of their boats got some decent long range stuff. They've got omnidirectional fire, landmines for what could be like chasers and stuff like that in close quarter scenarios to get like out of a grappling and stuff like that. Or torpedoes for long range combat when, you got a boat coming in and it doesn't see your torpedoes come out.
I just want to say, everybody that's running every other class but orc, you see Sewn Together and you see Thumping Loud running the heavy orc and the mid orc, you should probably just quit.
Yes, unless you're running another orc boat, you might as well hang that up. Also, as you're showing right here with the Maelstrom logo, it's got the big mountain that floats around. This particular sea beast doesn't immediately kill you.
No, he does not.
He floats around in the active play area on certain maps. And you can use him almost to fight other players.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
You can go in and stop his attacks by firing at him. But that means that you've got to focus your attacks on him to keep him from smacking at you. and that allows for other players on the map to be able to focus fire on you. So if you can bait ships into areas where he exists and they have to shift their focus from you to him, then it helps vary your alternative on the map where you might have been suffering just a minute ago, but now you've got the upper hand.
So we've mentioned this as early access. Fourth race. Could you see him bringing elves in? And what do you think the elf race would, if they brought it in? What do you think that style of ship would bring to the game? You think it would bring speed and dexterity?
I don't know. I think that the human long range ship, the
Well,
tiny.
do they have like a crit based kind of
Oh, yes.
ship right now?
No, they do not. Well,
I was
kind
about
of.
to say,
Kind of.
like-
You can get perks and crew that'll make you crit based.
Yeah, you
And
can get perks and crews that will make crit based attacks. Like I've got a crew that makes some pretty decent crew crit. But you got to remember there are 3 tiers to the boats that you're on too. Unless you are the dwarves, there is your crew, there is your sails, and there is your hull. And all of them are represented by a certain amount of slash marks in your.
yeah, they all have their own health essentially.
Yeah, they all have their own health bar. So if you get a crew that's crit crew, then that's going to be one thing that you'll experience on that end. But you could also, like, you want to hurt mine and his ships really bad, take out ourselves.
Yep. No, that takes out our ability to just ram you into
Right.
oblivion.
What we're really strong at.
Well,
So,
like you were saying with that elf, though, they could probably bring in ships that have higher speed, but also a little bit more crit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of their crew could have more crit perks or something like that.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. High crit, high speed, nimble ships.
Yeah, because because a lot of games because you guys said that it's kind of like an RPG a little bit on that kind of aspect of it. Well, whenever you think of like an elf on that kind of aspect, it would be, since is there magic in the game? Kind of like
Yeah. When you're talking about your captain's abilities, you're dealing with magic essentially most of the time.
I mean,
Yeah.
like elves are usually like high dexterity or magic, kind of
yeah,
like.
him and I both run a captain right now that basically puts a force to the front of the boat and makes our boats are driven by sharks. Like we have sails, but our boats are really pulled through the water by these like crazy looking shark things at the front of our boats. Is essentially what goes on. And our captain that both of us are running currently, like, invokes the power for them to thrust forward, and you see a red shell come across the front of the boat and a charge of the boat speed up. Where the humans have a captain that does like a dragon's fire off the front of the ship. And I really haven't gotten into playing too much with them, so I don't know what their captains are doing. I think I've got 2 of the captains over there, but I just don't. I really don't know what they do. I haven't used them in combat at really any extent, and a lot of good shots.
Yeah. That announcement trailer or whatever is showing a lot of good gameplay footage there.
Yeah, and it's been a ton of fun. Like we say, some of the best $20 that's ever been spent. When you think about your $20 games, was it worth it? Yes, I probably would have. I'd be willing to pay more for this game.
Yeah, I really would too. I would definitely be, even though I didn't pay a dime. Thanks again. I shouldn't have spent that $25 on Islands of Nine. I should have put my $20 right into Maelstrom.
Yeah, because we had looked at it before, and I just made the push one day. I was like, screw it, I'm going to check it out and see what it's about. And when I did, I was like, I need somebody to play with. I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Sone I know can play, so I'm going to go ahead and send it to him. And I need, when Guru and Sone and myself are all together, I need us to run a spec check and make sure whether or not Guru can run it. Because if he can run it, well, he's going to be playing too. It will be mount your friends, but with pirate ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good game. It really is.
I definitely want to get it.
So we've kind of mentioned the battle royale genre. We've been talking about it here for a minute, which kind of brings me to a point of how lucrative the battle royale genre has become. So I'm gonna click on this little blurb here, is what I'll call it, or tiny little article, but good lord, are battle royale games making fucking bank?
Oh yeah, man! Right?
$20.1 billion in 2019. They're expecting.
Now, let's see if they're going to follow the trend of mobile gaming, though. And we did hear a story from the 8-Bit Bros not too long ago about how Clash Royale, the company who runs Clash Royale and all that, has been laundering illegal money through their system. So,
yeah.
so let's see whether or not the battle royale genre, especially with these in-app purchasable skins, if they don't do somewhat of the same thing and find themselves in that scenario of being a laundering squad of sorts as well.
Or kind of what CS:GO did, where people were paying ungodly amounts of money for knife skins and shit like that.
Dude, I logged in and I got a bunch of crates one night, and my dude was like, "You shouldn't have bought all those crates." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Go try and buy a key." And I was like, "Holy shit, keys are expensive." And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Now you got way too many keys. Way too many crates and not enough keys." I was like, "Yeah, you're kind of right." And then so I buy a couple keys and open up a couple crates, and well, in the first couple crates, I get like an $80 gun out of it. So I'm like, oh okay. Well, all the money's been made back. We're good.
Well, I know. Coy, member of the Angry Dandelion Discord, played Mount Your Friends last week with you guys. Yeah. I was a little too inebriated to carry on with that, but he has actually traded up and CS:GO skinned his way to multiple free games. Well, not free, but essentially free with CS:GO skins.
Right. Oh no, when I bought my first crate, it was under the exact supervision of somebody who was very experienced at the literal gambling of CS:GO.
Yeah.
Yeah, like CS:GO is a very lucrative business if you know how to play it. And I don't mean know how to play the game, because the game's not even relevant at the point that you get into the money that transfers through CS:GO. It's why it's a 30-year-old PC game that everybody still plays.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yes, only a mild exaggeration on the fact that it's a 30-year-old game, but still. It's been on for a long time, and it's because way too many people make way too much money off of that game, including the developer themselves. But
so I want to give a big shout out to our not sponsor Yeti for keeping my PBR cold.
All right.
Thanks, not sponsored.
Also not sponsored PBR. Proud sponsor of Will You Hold My Beer?
Yeah.
Redneck Olympics.
Redneck Olympics, man. That would be a great thing to host.
Oh man,
The cake
let's do it.
toss. The cake toss.
Let's do this.
All right. Next up on the agenda over here for me is going to be the Funky Buddha Brewery, the Hookie Idol Tropical IPA. There you go, guys. Those of you who haven't seen it before.
Oh, this one's not an Inviso.
No, not one of my Inviso beers. I know it's a rare moment. That's it. But back to the Battle Royale genre. I mean, we make light of the other stuff that we were just talking about, but when it really comes down to it, these guys are packing cash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you wonder who's making the money,
It's these guys.
Look at who's making the money. I mean, we know Fortnite's the one who's pulling in the big turnover right now. But we know they're not the only ones there that are making this $20 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they may be the 12 billion of 20 billion, but
Yeah. PUBG's still bringing in cash. PUBG's starting to have to spend money though to make money.
Yeah, they are.
Paying
Yeah.
for exclusive streamers and shit like that.
yeah. Speaking of paying for exclusive streamers, Guru was online with me yesterday when a game pushed for its big update and paid a lot of people across a lot of platforms to play their game and generate some clicks for this game. No Man's Sky? Let's call it what it is now. More Men's Sky.
Yeah.
Because now you come multiplayer. Actual team up with your buddy and go raid the galaxy multiplayer. Co-op, of course, but
makes me want to try it.
It definitely an interesting carrot to throw back into the ring on it. When you consider the fact that this game had no multiplayer capability at all upon launch.
Yeah.
It's so highly unlikely that you'll run into any of your friends out there in the vastness of this universe. But yeah, because the game's not even online, asshole. How can I run into my friends if we don't even occupy the same space?
This game was so broken at launch. I remember it being just trash.
And I think that's the whole reason why they threw a lot of money out yesterday to a bunch of people to play it, to show that, hey, we fixed our shit.
What was it? I had 23 people that were live streaming, and out of that, 16 were probably streaming No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And all of them with the sponsored in the tag.
Yeah.
And that's just on Twitch. Mixer had sponsored streamers over there too for the same game, you know. These guys wanted to get their message out there. They wanted people to know that No Man's Sky was, you know,
we're sorry
again. But in that same frame of reference, you talk about paying these streamers for exclusivities and stuff like that. How about the game that we were talking about last week? You got Warframe. Is partnering streamers to Warframe, giving them exclusive access to in-game content to be able to share with their Twitch followings or Mixer followings. Exclusive in-game content that only goes to subscribers and players on these channels. Big money. Big money.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel it. Well, it's great marketing on the gaming companies, on the developers, publishers. I'm assuming it's the publishers that's really putting the money out there.
Not for anything, Angry Dandelion. All of us play video games, so if any of y'all want to reach out and need some push, we got you.
Yeah, we got the Discord. We're still trying to grow the Discord. If you're all gaming on PC, you're more welcome. Hell, if you're on Xbox, man, just do that guru thing and
Call in.
yeah, call in on
Yeah.
your phone. Drink a bitch
Right.
beer. I mean, drink some beers with us. Look at that face. Oh, if a picture was
Sit
worth
on
a
and
thousand.
rotate.
Later, big boy. Later.
Are you gonna get a tattooed smiley face underneath that fingernail so that next time you put it up there and he says, "Oh, look at that smile." Got to be tattooed under the fingernail.
Under the fingernail.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I know a girl who has a beehole tattoo. She got a heart around her beehole.
Oh.
She's cool as fuck though, so it's all good.
Apparently, if you saw the heart around her,
Oh no! It's nothing like that. We've been friends for years. She's in different states and stuff like that. We just keep in contact, but
apparently a picture of a beehole tattoo.
Oh shit! That shit was like on Instagram, man. But she's cool as shit.
that almost sounds as cool as my squid, my octopus that I shared with y'all.
Yeah. Oh god.
I was like, oh yeah, look at that. I'm not worried about that sea monster at all. I can take my submarine in today.
Right?
So what the fuck else do we want to talk about? I'm a tired man. At this point, I've been up for going on 20 hours.
Well, I know we were talking about Comic-Con. I mean, we can dive into that a little bit. I know some of us are pretty pumped with some of the movies and TV shows that were announced in that. Some more than others. I mean, the new freaking Aquaman trailer, that looks really good.
New Aquaman looks good. Doctor Who looks good. Don't care about Better Call Saul.
Nah.
What? Dude, you don't like Better Call Saul?
Dude,
I'm not a big fan of it. I watched.
it's not as good as Breaking Bad.
Oh, no. You
No.
couldn't expect it to be as good as Breaking Bad. I mean, come on, bitch.
Hey, it was a spinoff.
Jesse,
It was
Jesse
spinoff.
Pinkman.
I wanted it to be that same. I wanted that same level of the shit he was involved in. I wanted that same kind of carryover, and it's just not the same.
Just like a different kind
petty
of.
shit show of a lawyer. You
Yeah.
know, and he was a petty 2-bit shit show of a lawyer before, but I mean, at least what he was involved in, he handled it. Like, I think he handled that scenario and his hitman friend a whole lot better than Better Call Saul has been handled. I think this is it's the softer kind of dipshit Saul.
Well, yeah, we're watching him become Saul Goodman, though. It's basically an origin story.
Yeah, well, he was a little fucking pansy ass weasel before that, and I just thought I don't appreciate that. Knowing
what
the
they call
Saul
him?
that I was initially introduced to, screw his back.
Slippin' Jimmy, or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Fuck his brother, though, dude. Fuck his brother. Seriously. If my brothers are watching right now, you ever pull some shit like that on me, I ain't coming to save your fucking crazy ass and your tinfoil hat. You best believe it.
You better Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Shazam looks good as fuck.
That one actually was a shocker to me because I didn't even like hear about that coming out or even in the process of being made. I feel like they kept Shazam in the dark a lot better than they did some of their other movies.
It looks
with
good.
some of it looks really good with some of the connections that I've been exposed to over the past year. Like we knew this was coming.
Just didn't know when.
We didn't know anything about it. We just knew it was coming.
Yep.
And so now that we've seen it, like I'm intrigued at what they're going to do with it. It's going to be interesting to see this mind of a child play out in the way they're going to do it. Like,
Yes.
I was watching Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a throwback. What's up, Tom Hanks? Official unsponsor of the Angry Dandelion.
That's right.
I'm going to make everyone a not sponsor of the Angry Dandelion.
For the Shazam trailer, that's exactly what came out of it for me. Is I definitely felt like I was watching Big again. It was like all of a sudden this kid's now a superhero. He holds up that "Don't Scream" sign to his best friend there in the fucking window, and you felt like you were back in the equipment room.
Oh yeah.
When old boy goes in there and he looks at him and he's like, "Look, you know who I am, sweet baby." Pop, shimmy, shimmy, pow. You know, you were like, "Holy shit, this is that!" Like it's happening all over again. I've seen this before, and it really made me feel that kind of connection, which is good. That it made me harken back to a time in my childhood, and to go with Shazam in the process, it's like, oh, this could all really play really well together. But now I'm more intrigued to see how the whole movie's going to plan out.
I like Jandel's comment, man. It's in response to the Better Call Saul thing. Walter White was a bitch in the beginning, too.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. But still.
I mean, they also popped out
to take Saul back to being a basic bitch. It just hasn't played well for me.
Nah, I'll have to agree with that.
I haven't enjoyed it. I would have liked to have seen Better Call Saul after all that went down and he went somewhere else and just set up fucking shop, not dealing with shit. You know, after all of that went down, him moving to another area and just fucking bam, Saul.
And him being like, F this.
Yeah, being in the new area, fucking making all the right connections, fucking putting people in their fucking place, like owning that shit. Like that was what I was looking for Better Call Saul. Is I wanted the Better Call Saul type shit to go down, not, oh my God, he's getting run up and fucking down by these people. This is not Call Saul. This is why are you pestering this poor little guy? I understand it's the comeuppance.
Slippin' Jimmy.
Yeah, it's the comeuppance going on with it, but still, it just, like, for me, it just hasn't played well for me.
I'll agree with that.
I can see that. I mean, but you still get to see Gus Dufresne, and you get to see the beginnings of what leads into Breaking Bad, and I think that's the intrigue for me, is that the beginnings of every character for Breaking Bad is being told through Jimmy's story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, which it is really unique to see all of those stories come together beforehand, but then I think it brings way too much into question. Like, I think telling this origin story of everybody before Walter got involved, I think it kind of taints the story of Walter, and almost it makes him out to be a complete, like, Ponzi to the whole thing. Like, he's just the pawn in this grand scheme that was all worked out beforehand about how to eliminate fucking Los Pollos Hermanos.
Well, that's kind of what he was, though.
And the shit is hanging on my wall. I have my Los Pollos Hermanos apron hanging on the wall, okay? It's right there.
I've seen that a bunch.
Right there with my Breaking Bad, my fucking Heisenberg and my crystal ship with Jesse in it, and yeah.
Wait on season 7.
Do we want to do a break real quick before we dive into the rest of this?
I mean, yeah, we definitely can.
Yeah,
are we an hour into this? If
yeah,
we are.
We are already an hour in.
Yeah, we are.
So let's do station identification. You're listening to the Angry Dandelion on Ironic Radio, and Thump, you got music queued?
You're gonna have to ramble for a minute.
I can ramble for a minute. I'm pretty good at rambling for a minute. So yeah, we're the Angry Dandelion. We're on Ironic Radio. I'm getting a thumbs up from Thump, which means he's ready to fucking go. So if you're all hanging out, hang out for about 5 minutes. That's about how long our break will be. Guru, don't dilly dally.
Also, don't play with your fucking Rubik.
Yeah, what he said.
I don't know. I already know it's sitting over there on the fucking table next to you. I know.
Motherfucker's been moving stickers the whole time, cheater.
There's no fucking stickers, motherfucker.
Fine, you've been sitting over there with fingernail polish repainting shit.
Yep, this is the Angry
I
Dandelion.
wish.
We are on Ironic Radio. Tune in right after the break. We'll be right back with y'all.
Yes, sir. right, Thump, I'm kicking us back to live. I do believe Guru is still out smoking a cigarette.
All right, how long ago did the music stop?
You literally threw your headset on as soon as it finished, so all is good.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Well, hi everybody, welcome back to the fucking Angry Dandelion show. On top of this hour, we're gonna say, "Fuck you, Guru."
Yeah, told you not to dilly dally, bitch beer drinking. While Guru is gone though, if you caught the intro, the starting soon, if you stuck with us through the break, I want to give a shout out to the man behind the music, Mr. Calico Frost himself. Good dude I met, worked with me, worked for me. Check him out on Bandcamp. Show him some love if you like those ambient sounds.
Look at that! Look at that guy!
Perfect
He
timing.
showed up.
And Guru is back, so check out Calico Frost. Throw him some likes. Throw him some follows. Help some people out.
Yeah, as soon as Son learns how to use the internet, he'll throw a link up in chat there so you can actually go check out the guys.
Oh, you mean like one of these?
Wha-bam!
I was already ready with a copy paste. Haha.
Capasta.
Yeah, pasta. What?
Capasta.
That's just excessive carbs.
Yeah,
Is it though?
I absolutely love it. It is such a great use of excessive carbs.
All right. So where we want to go from here, gentlemen? We talked a little bit about some of the trailers from Comic-Con.
We kind of found ourselves back into a Better Call Saul moment. I'm excited for new Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
I am
Godzilla.
I am
Gojira.
really excited for new Godzilla.
Gojira.
Yeah.
I am
'Cause that's-
super stoked because this is gonna harken back to like the Godzilla we grew up being able to see. This isn't like Hollywood trying to dredge up some shit and give you kind of some like spunk on the wall. This is literally a grand attempt at bringing back the illustrious value of old Godzilla. Like, he doesn't look like that fake CGI monster that they brought in for the last two.
He looks like the old school legit Godzilla that we grew up to, and a lot of the monsters that they're bringing back.
Exactly, he's slightly modernized, where he's a little bit more electric than he was before. You know?
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's Godzilla. You look at it, you go, that's Godzilla. Like, you looked at that other. You were like, I don't know what dinosaur that is, but they calling it Godzilla. It looks like kind of what are the ones with the plates on their back?
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
It looked more like a giant Stegosaurus that knew how to stand on 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh look, Fred Flintstone, Stegosaurus, yay! Because Fred Flintstone's the only guy I ever knew that can make like dinosaurs that were only supposed to be on 4 legs be on 2 legs.
Fred
So-
Flintstone.
Oh,
Like
Fred.
they're definitely, and plus it's also for anybody that has ever watched Stranger Things. It's also really nice to see the
Something
11.
else.
Yeah, 11 being in a big screen movie.
Dude, she still looked like 11.
Oh God, yes.
Like, she straight
Yeah,
up, like, all they did was take 11 and put her in front of Godzilla.
Yeah,
Like, 11 from season, like, 2.
season 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
season
whenever she
2,
got that hair.
when she got the hair, yeah. Like, that is definite season 2, 11. But you just look at her and you're like, girl, I watched all of the stuff in between, like, y'all coming back for season 3 and, like, all of the little highlight stuff when they talk to all of y'all. Your hair don't look like that.
Mm-mm.
They intentionally went back to looking like 11 to do the Godzilla thing? Or was Godzilla filmed while they were doing season 3 of Stranger Things?
Stranger Things, yeah.
I have never watched Stranger Things.
Dude,
What the heck is wrong with
I had a
you?
lot of doubts about it.
Well, do we have more than an hour left?
I
If we want to get into what's wrong with me, sir, it's going to take multiple sessions.
wish I had
It's
I
a
wish I
nice
had-
couch you got. It looks comfy. I may need to lay
It
down
is,
on
it
it
is.
for hours upon hours to get
I
through
would-
all of the things.
Well,
Wish I had it sitting here in front of me, but I do have like a little fucking staging set up for 11 in the classroom with the monster from season 1. Like I got a little thing that sets up. It looks kind of like this one that I've got here in front of me, but this is from the Badlands or something like
I've
that.
got a little thing too. It's probably why I'm single. Damn it.
And micro dingles.
oh man.
I couldn't avoid the opportunity to shame myself.
I'm glad that you took advantage of that. I'm definitely. Oh, look at that.
Gojira.
Gojira. It's Gojira. Blue Gojira.
But it's old school.
I know.
Not new school, and that's the part that's got me the most stoked about it. Is this time it looks like it wants to pay the homage to the movie and the series like it's supposed to, instead of just trying to Hollywood flash fan everybody.
Well,
It
not for
looks like this is an honest attempt at trying to do a Godzilla movie.
Well, not
I
for
like
nothing.
the
The
other
last.
movies.
Really?
I didn't like the other movies. I didn't like the staging of them. I didn't like the fact that they uber Americanized them. Like
Mhm.
just every last bit of it for Godzilla just annoyed the crap out of me, because I like the fact that Godzilla was a giant Chinese man in a rubber fucking suit, and you could see it every fucking episode. You knew it was some old crazy ass bullshit going on, and I applaud that. Like, I loved every bit of it. Seeing the strings when Mothra comes flying into the screen to do.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of that.
Same.
When you overdid the CGI and you put that big pile of fish in Times Square, and like all of that was just like, all right, you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. Godzilla doesn't look like Godzilla. He would have never evolved a long nose like that. Stop. Right there in your tracks. Like, he would not have evolved to have that long ass nose. Why he didn't? I understand, like, rhinoplasty and all that shit. Godzilla wasn't getting that shit done either. Stop.
Even
Y'all
the origin.
Hollywood, y'all, and you did it trying to cater to an audience that it wasn't a reintroduction of Godzilla. They tried to be like, yo, look, original. Now Godzilla's all American done. And it's like, man, no, I'm not buying it.
They didn't go full Hollywood because The Rock wasn't in it. The Rock's in everything now.
We have
but
another
that-
conversation related around The Rock and his recent movie, but
Yeah, but they in the one that we're talking about though, that one they they basically rebooted Godzilla in that movie. Even the origin of where Godzilla came from was not. It was not the right. It wasn't
just like
the right
shit
origin.
Get wrecked, man. I don't give a fuck about the origin story. I enjoyed watching shit get fucked up.
The origin story for me is where it was at, though, because I was there for all of the original shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for you to sit here and retell the story and tell it all fucking wrong, for one. Like, you told the story completely wrong. And what happened to any of his battle mates? Like,
They just didn't exist at that point.
They tried like doing Rampage before the idea of Rampage came back out. Is what they tried to do, and they were like, "Look, we got the big lizard from Rampage, and we're gonna take him and have him attack the city." And it was like, "No, that's not even right. That's not Godzilla."
So they tried to Michael Bay it, is what you're saying.
Yes, they did. They tried to Michael Bay it, and they went way too over the top with it. I didn't like the way they just the execution was poor and sloppy, and you know what? It was beautiful to take the movie at its core value for what it actually was. It was really nice. The CGI was amazing. It was over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. I like when the pier gets split up when he's coming in and that old man standing at the end. Like all of that. Amazing for what it was. But to call it Godzilla, I am ashamed.
And P. Diddy singing through the whole, like, everything getting messed up. I know you people know the freaking music video.
Don't talk trash about P. Diddy, man.
I know you guys know
unofficial sponsor of the Angry Dandelion, P. Diddy.
And that is our problem with the reintroduction of Godzilla. That is why this one, Godzilla King of Monsters, is gonna be like right now. It's got me in that hype. I'm in on it because it's old fucking Godzilla. It's old, flat nose, Canadian leaf.
No P. Diddy. I'm out.
Canadian leaf back spikes.
It ain't got P. Diddy. I'm out.
Like, it is. It's.
No P. Diddy, Jimmy Page, man. I'm out.
and the fact that, you know, you're going to have the reappearance of Mothra. You're going to have, like, the crab monster. You're going to have, like, the giant ant. You're gonna, like, everything is going to be here. Like, this is what, week to week, you were wondering what Godzilla was going to fight. That's why you watch the show every week. You were like, what's Godzilla going to fight? You know he's going to try and save this city because old girl lives in that city.
And that's what Godzilla does?
That's right. He was
got to make
Robin Hood of fucking monsters, man. He was like, that is my Maid Marian. He made King Kong bad. Their monster versus our monster sucked, man. Us going over and grabbing King Kong and trying to bring him to New York, that was dumb. All right? They had Godzilla right off the coast, and they was just like, yeah, man, hang out.
Well, I've actually been pumped for this movie for a while because I knew it was going to be coming.
You're getting too close to the city.
After the last movie that they came out with for King Kong, that one, they even showed that this stuff was about to happen, that this movie was about to come. Now, I doubt that we're going to see King Kong in this. Really do. I love the last King Kong movie that they came out with. The one before that.
No, Rampage took care of the crossover that you were going to get as far as King Kong and Godzilla are concerned.
Yeah.
They gave you a reptile and a giant gorilla.
Yeah. They did.
They're like, there you go.
Like, this
crossover. Not for anything. I played the shit out of that damn arcade game when I was growing up. Like, I was definitely the kid at Putt Putt every Saturday for Super Saturday that was dumping tokens into the Rampage machine because it was so much fun to just go destroy a city as a giant whatever, because there was the wolf, there was Lizzie the reptile, and oh man, what were the names? I can't remember because the other two names were like normal names, like Fred.
Fred the monster. Yes, good old Fred.
Well, no, that was the funniest shit about it. It was because like I can't remember whether it was like Fred was the gorilla or Fred was the wolf, but it was something that stupid. It was like his name was Fred. You had Liz, who was the lizard, and you're like, okay. And then you got Fred. And Fred's like the baboon. And you're like, well, what the hell is going on with why is Fred? Like, why is his name Fred? That's all I want to know. I mean, at this point, we had fucking Coco. Why couldn't it have just been named Coco?
This brings me to my VH1 segment of I hate the 80s.
This is also Really, you didn't enjoy that time period?
No, that's why I have the VH1 segment. I hate the 80s.
Man, not for anything. Like late 80s, early 90s, there was there was so much like fun stuff going on, like
No MC Hammer.
technology wise. There was I got my own hammer pants.
Oh
There
man,
there
this
there are
motherfucker.
pictures of me. They are not on the internet, but there are pictures of me in my hammer pants.
I am not even surprised
Speaking
by
of
that.
parachute pants, all right, here's another
Dude. I at one point in my lifetime guarantee I look like Vanilla Ice. Guarantee it. Fucking crew cut, fucking with the bob over. Yeah, at some point I guarantee it happened. Wearing MC Hammer pants, the whole nine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
when I was
1990 shit.
when I was playing flag football, so this would have been like second or third or first grade, some shit like that, man. I had some MC Hammer pants that I wore. And I wasn't such a fat kid back then. And ran for a touchdown. Some kid comes by, tries to grab my flag, pulls my motherfucking hammer pants down in the middle of the goddamn field. I pulled him back up, got my touchdown called back for guarding the flag. Talk about a little kid wanting to beat the shit out of a fucking flag football referee. Dude, I was just trying to pull my pants up and you called me for guarding the flag. No, I was guarding my nuts, dude.
Yeah, and their visibility to the world.
Yeah,
asshole.
precisely. I'm sure at that point in time I was rocking some of the Hanes with the, the blue and orange stripes on them.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, the tidy whities, the
Yeah.
OG original. Yep.
Oh man.
That's
See?
enough. That's enough of that trip down memory lane. I'm
And
even getting
And this
sick
is what
to my
Godzilla
stomach.
gets. This is what
This
Godzilla.
is what Godzilla gets you.
Godzilla gets you some nasty ass underwear. All right, problem solved. Enjoy the movie, folks. Think about some ugly underwear.
Now, you.
I know
No.
we all.
Nobody's as hype as anybody in this group right now than Guru about Glass.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
Guru.
man.
Before we get there,
hype.
it was Ralph the Werewolf. Jason looked it up. Jason in the chat. Looked it up. Ralph the Werewolf, George the Giant Ape.
George.
And,
That's right.
and IE was the lizard.
I.E.
Yeah, you may have typed that in wrong there, man. I'm not sure, but I don't know because I didn't pay attention to the old Gojira.
Gojira.
That's not old Gojira. That's Rampage. That's the Rampage characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't pay any attention to that shit.
Yeah, but Glass, I'm
That
pretty
may be.
pumped
That may
for.
be Eli. He missed the L.
Maybe. So Glass.
So
Yeah.
Glass.
Speaking of the 80s,
Technically-
shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Put him on a glass. Okay, we can move on now.
All I did was go, baby, got back. Like, sorry. Sir Mix.
No, you're missing out on older Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I'm not.
Oh, you are, sir. Look up the album Return of the Bumpasaurus. If you ever had a system in your car, you needed that.
I was in Miami bass by that point. Like, that was where all of my sound tests were coming from. Was all Miami bass music.
man.
I traded my Metallica load and reload CDs to my older brother for Return of the Bumpasaurus. 'Cause-
Of course you would.
Yeah, like, I honestly have no doubt that that's exactly what you would do.
I would, and I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say even if you could go back in time, you would have made the trade sooner.
Probably. Because load and reload sucked.
Yeah.
A load and a reload.
Oh God.
All right, so Guru will let you. we're gonna let-
Lizzie the lizard, you were right.
Yeah, Lizzie. Hold on. I was like, that's the one character I thought I remembered.
Yeah, I saw that look on your face whenever you said something else about the.
I was like,
kinda-
yeah.
All right,
I
so
thought
back
it
back
was
back to
this.
putting them on the glass.
Like,
Guru.
I'll give it for Ralph and like
George.
and George. Like I said, there were some plain ass fucking names like Fred. Like, George, Ralph, and Fred all hang out together. Every time you've ever met one, I guarantee the other two weren't far away.
But Glass is going to wind up the third edition to.
It is the trifecta that you didn't know you was going to get infected.
No, I did not. I know a lot of people has already seen Unbreakable.
Great.
That movie was awesome. You and me, like, I know we talked about it before whenever we were first looking at this movie, and we were like, oh shit. But a lot of people don't know that the third person in this movie is already that they didn't know about, which was connected to Unbreakable, was Split. It's basically going to be I don't even know how to. I just can't really wait till this movie comes out. I really can't. Like, I've been waiting for something like this to happen. A lot of people have. Even
you just M. Night Shyamalan your explanation on the start.
I know.
He was like, I'm going to tell you about this, but I'm not.
No, I'm not.
He was like, I'm not going to tell you what I think about actually the promo.
But Split, I don't even know where you can go and find that movie anymore.
You can buy it on Amazon for like $7.99.
That's
oh,
right.
Really?
That's right.
Okay.
I looked it up because I looked it up because I've never seen it.
But you've seen Unbreakable, yeah.
Sprit, and Gojira.
Sprit and Gojira join forces to become Douche, the inevitable nozzle.
Yep. 2020.
But Split was a really good movie, though. It was basically a guy that was pretty much your super villain that had like 25 different split personalities. And one of the 25 was basically a super being, pretty much. Like, it was a mixture of a beast, pretty much. Like, he had super strength, agility, all sorts of stuff.
Oh. Would you say he was a fantastic...
Kind of like how in Breakable. Do what?
Would you say he was a fantastic beast?
Probably.
I can scroll up to it.
So we might get that. We might get him coming into this movie then.
Oh no!
Harry Potter meets Unbreakable.
I wanted to give the Harry Potter movie kind of the nod it deserved for this one, and it really should just be called Fantastic Bestiality: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I don't know if there's anything fantastic about bestiality, man.
And
just putting that out there.
That's why the follow-up is The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Okay, all right. We're on the same page now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, are you really fucking serious? And I watched the promo, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. It just, you want to talk about a movie falling flat and seems to have fell flat on a lot of audiences. I don't see a lot of people really excited for this movie.
And here I am being the naysayer again. I wasn't a big fan of the Harry Potter movies.
Me. Rubble.
All you potheads out there. Not a big Harry Potter fan. Never was, never will be. I actually enjoyed the Fantastic Beasts movie more than any of the Harry Potters.
Oh, listen to you.
But I am
He's not a Potter. He's not a Potterhead.
Yep, not by any means.
He's into the bestialities, fantastic bestialities.
All of them. Guard your goldfish. I mean,
fish. I mean, he did say he had a micro penis. I mean, this is just
now we just come full circle. It didn't take that long.
Nope. Well, I mean, just like coming for you on a regular basis, right? That never tickle.
No, never. You know.
And that's why we haven't talked about Aquaman yet, because we wanted to talk about Garden the Goldfish, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. And you know what? It wasn't my problem. It was hers.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Look, not for nothing, the Aquaman movie is going to be pretty cool. I'm glad that they're bringing him, his main villain, through the old school comic books into this movie, Mantis.
I was like, wait, what are you saying? That sounds
Black
kind of
Mantis.
Black Man.
I'm Black
This dude
Man.
just literally said his arch nemesis, Black Man.
Nim,
I don't-
nim.
That's right. Nemesis. Look, not for anything, our president can't say, what the hell was the one he got for this week?
Oh, did he get another one now?
Oh, dude, like he was trying to say it wasn't something, and he said something a sickle, and they were like, yeah, he only thought about pop. He was trying to say this, but was thinking about popsicles, and it was.
All right, fun fact from the chat. Garrett threw in there, the character in Split was actually based on Billy Milligan, the one dude to ever get off on multiple personality disorder. He raped a bunch of girls on the OSU campus, he believes.
He believes, but it was like.
Oh, wait. I like how that touches.
I already read that. I already
like how
read
that touches home, though. Throwing
Yeah,
the OSU bus right there.
Could have been Oklahoma, man.
As you
Two
wear
OSUs.
as you wear the moniker.
There seems to be a lot going on with OSU anymore. Coaches getting fired, players getting suspended.
As long as your sports doctors aren't being accused of raping half the fucking campus, you're in good shape right now, because that seems to be a trend as well.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, at least they aren't going Jerry Sandusky on it, right?
Well, that may be the argument here.
So Trump's playing Aquaman in the new movie?
Yes.
I want to see that.
I'm fucking done.
I've got huge water. My water was the best water. I had the most water.
That's right. Yeah, everybody thought Fiji was it, but it was all about that Trump water.
Trump water. It's just urine. Oh,
Walks-
that ties into some more political bullshit. Russian
Who
urine.
walks
Russian
in?
urine. Oh no! Wait, hold on. That's like a Eastern European. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe. Oh Jesus, where has the show gone, fellas?
Hey, look, all I'm saying is that it is not in the hands of two callers.
No.
That happened recently in the past week, and that is not even funny as I laugh through it, but
What? I watched last night's episode. Yeah, you missed out on some fun sound on that one.
Look, not for nothing. We love you, Chris from Delaware.
That was, yeah.
I must
Like,
have
I
missed
couldn't
out.
stop laughing.
Oh, dude.
I couldn't stop laughing whenever he called in. I was just like, oh my God.
You should probably just go back and listen to last Thursday's episode where him and Raj fight.
Nice. Hey, people call in and fight on our show. We need it. Call in and talk shit about each other that you don't know anything about each other if you want. It's cool. The number's on the bottom of the screen.
What's that number?
It's
917-720-3038. Just like you like your women.
30 by 38.
720 pounds with a 30-inch head and a 38-inch ankle.
38-inch cankles. I'm all about it. Fuck, man. What has happened to us?
What the fuck? Like, he doesn't even... He's done. He was like, what the...
It's like, show's over, guys. I'm not doing another episode. I'd rather get beat by my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I don't even need the escape from that. I just go back here. I might even put that on camera. Let me go in there and call her a bad name.
Dude,
Or at
all
least
I gotta do
I think I did.
all I gotta do is say it right from here, and I guarantee you, here in like 2 seconds, you just see like a fist coming from like this area, just boom.
You need to get her
Megan.
you need to get her one of those big freaking canes that she can just hook your ass out.
Oh, all Apollo style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Aquaman looks good.
Doesn't it though? Actually, no. When you really look at it, they've made Aquaman look better than the character has honestly looked ever in its history.
Jason
Like,
Momoa
Oh
is
God,
the man.
yes.
Yeah, this has made him potentially. I mean, made that, and I don't mean him as in Momoa. I mean, it's made Aquaman one of the potentially like hottest storylines of superheroes coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like this story looks like it's going to be pretty badass. When you talk about him getting bullied right there when they showed like the origin story kind of clip coming in and you see him getting bullied and he gets smacked up against the glass and that dude's fucking all up in his face and that shark comes in and is like, I will break this shit to fuck you up. You better get off my
Yeah.
you like that moment, you're just like, oh shit, this is about to get fucking real. Because
And then whenever
everybody backs up and he's just standing there looking and you're like, oh shit.
with all the fish and everything else that were in that tank, just staring at everybody like, fuck with my boy one more time and see what happens to you,
Yeah.
all right?
Oh, one more time. One more time. That's all we need. Just one more time. Do something. Like this moment right here. This is great.
Yeah.
Slam him up against the glass. You're like, oh, they're about to beat this little dude's ass. Then you're like, oh, wait, no, maybe that shark's about to fuck everybody else up.
Mm-hmm.
It does look good, man.
It does.
It's probably it's probably the DC movie I'm most pumped for.
Speaking
He
of,
does
now
by
that you
far a great job.
now that you've called it out directly, though, this was DC's Comic-Con.
Yeah,
You're
it
right.
was.
You're right. It sucks that they fucked up the order of things, though.
It's because they're trying to rush everything to play the catch-up game with Marvel right now. They really are.
There was
And it's
no
kinda
need to
hurting
catch up. They should have just started building it like Marvel did with Iron Man.
Yep, they should have. Instead, they decided, oh, we're going to play this catch-up game. We already got this movie out, which was Man of Steel. We can just get everything going off of that. No, what are you doing? Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, please. No, see, and that's the part where the disconnect is between Hollywood and the comic book fans. And they did it with all the Marvel shit. Like, Marvel fans have been, like, diehard Marvel fans have raised hell the entire time all of that has been going on. Because
oh, yeah, they've rushed some stuff, too.
they've had the wrong people, told the wrong stories, mixed up stories, everything else. And I think it's just the disconnect between the comic book people and Hollywood. I think the only thing that's managed to not fall in to that source of negativity was Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The fans of the comic book have given even the writers of that show such leeway. Like, if you're gonna have this character's got to be right. Don't fuck around. We'll tell you your character is not right if you fuck up the character. But they've allowed them to introduce just TV characters to play. I mean, Daryl is not a comic book guy. He was never part of the series through the comic book. Daryl was a completely wrote for the show addition. So you won't get away with that in these movies for Marvel or DC. The fans of those genres are not gonna allow a completely new character.
Yeah. And Jason, on that note, Batman versus Superman wouldn't have been awful if they didn't rush it. If you know the DC comics and everything around that fight, it was definitely rushed. And everything after that, you say that it's been decent.
I mean,
I'll say the standalone movies have been decent and actually pretty good.
Yeah, the movies individually have been decent.
Do you bleed? Thanks, Batfleck.
But the Justice League movie, I wasn't thrilled with it. They tried to rush too many characters at once. Like,
not for anything, man. The Justice League big as fuck, though.
Yeah.
Like, your first introduction to the Justice League, you should be overwhelmed. There should be too much to talk about. But
they rushed the story.
No, that's just it, though. You should be rushed. There should be too much to talk about. You weren't introduced to all the members of the Justice League reading the comics until you got the Justice League comic and you found out about this whole other vast universe of characters. And you're like, holy shit. And then those guys got jobs too. Like,
yeah,
they got comics too. And it kind of fits the format. When you think about what DC did with the Justice League, it fits their format. All of a sudden, you found out about this whole load of shit. Only because you were a comic fan, do you forget that you've been through that moment before?
That is true.
People who just knew the movies, it followed the same format that DC did with everything else. You knew with some characters, there was this, there was that, there was this, there was that. And then you got Justice League, and it was like all the other shit that came with that. I had a Hall of Justice when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, how about that Power Rangers movie?
It was great. Super rushed for what it was. It was what it was supposed to be, though. I mean, honestly, if you look back at the history of what it, like the franchise, Justice League was a bombardment of characters that opened a floodgate of questions about all of the other characters. And they've poised themselves in a good position to be able to give you movie after movie after movie after movie after movie after movie, because you want to know more. You want to know more about what you saw while you were watching the movie. You're like, man, that was so fast. Oh, they rushed it. Oh, you just got all that smashed into this. No, you just got a taste. They gave you the ultimate prick tease with Justice League.
They did. Now that you actually break it down like that, yeah.
Everything. Wrap your head around it, and you're like, I can only fit one ball in my mouth at a time.
I don't know about you, good sir. You might be able to.
We know what you've been up to, Super.
Yeah, we know, Super. We know, Super. You practicing. We know.
We know what you really been using that Rubik's Cube for.
Got to get that maximum stretch on. Castle Rock, being a Stephen King fan. Now that I'm looking at it over here on the screen, I'm a Stephen King fan. Like I've enjoyed all of the adaptations that have been done, and some of them have been really good. Some of them have been Tommyknockers is one of my favorite adaptations.
Tommyknockers was some shit.
Dude, Tommyknockers was nuts, man. Like, it was the one that actually scared me as much as the book scared me to watch it. Like, to watch it and to read it, like, they were the same kind of, like, what the fuck? I remember the first time I watched Tommyknockers, my parents had went out of town, and I was, like, I was old enough to kind of be home most of the time by myself, but not completely by myself. So they had, like, one of my, like, aunts check in on me. And she came by. I was getting ready to watch Tommyknockers. We sat down, and both of us are, like, under blankets on opposite ends of the couch, like, looking at each other and looking at the screen and going, if you fucking move, I might have to fuck you up. It was one of those moments like we were both like, no. No. Just because it was like, it was that serious.
Yeah, Stephen King stuff has always been pretty good.
Oh, man.
Always.
Mental fucks the whole way, man.
Yes!
It made him so good.
Like, have you heard some of the stories of when people used to read his novels over the radio, because that's all they had at that time was the radio. So many people thought that those stories were real at that time. Like, just how you said that you were under the blanket doing this number going, nah.
I have the Bachman books on tape. And yes, for you youngins who don't know what the fuck that is, a cassette tape.
It's Audible, right?
Well, no, I could probably... You know what? Actually, I guarantee you, if I applied for an Audible and told them, hey, I've got these, they would give me all of those through Audible.
Unofficial sponsor of the Angry Dandelion, Audible. Don't read books, just listen.
I do actually have I do have several books on tape. Was what they were back in the day. I've got a couple that are read by Stephen King. I got a couple that are read by some big name actors and actresses of the time period. And
Roy Dotrice, Game of Thrones. That's how I got through all the Game of Thrones books. Commute to and from work, man. Listen to all of Game of Thrones on audiobook.
That just brings back so many old memories. Like,
well, the good part is
Rainbow.
I've still got the book collection. Like, it was handed from my dad to me, and because he was a really big fan. Actually, you know what? To prove exactly how big of a fan,
he's going to stand up and walk away. That proves it.
Damn.
I can't help myself. I'm fucking tired of
Point
if anyone on the stream hasn't seen the fucking bags under my goddamn eyes.
Oh, shit.
that is print, matted, framed, fucking serious, fucking framed Stephen King holding a gargoyle, and it hangs here in my office. Right next to a picture of my dad while he was in the Marines. Okay? That is how, like, influentially important this man has probably been in, like, my upbringing, which does not bode well for, like, the creepy shit that I may have at one point or another possibly been involved in. or maybe involved in, because this is, like, one of my idols, but... Not for anything, though. I mean, amazing stuff. And when you look at what Castle Rock is going to bring to the table, just another mind-blowing television adaptation, continuing on the legacy of just wild, weird shit that has come out of Maine. Just saying.
Besides lobsters.
Yeah, besides the fact that people enjoy eating the shit out of those.
Prison food.
It's weird.
Y'all know lobster was prison food back in the day, right?
You know, it's really weird because I like crab meat, like real crab meat. I don't know if we've had this conversation about how artificial crab meat is pollock.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like, I like real Alaskan crab leg. Like, that is tasty meat. But I cannot stand the taste of lobster. I think lobster is a shitty, like, overgrown shrimp. I like shrimp, but I don't like lobster. I like crawfish, but I don't like lobster. I like crawfish in all its forms, whether it's boiled, broiled, fried. Doesn't matter.
Spit it out, Bubba.
I could Bubba Gump it on how I feel about crawfish. No shit,
I haven't met any kind of seafood that I do not like.
dude.
I've met all
Lobster,
kinds.
lobster for me every time, and I keep trying to give it a shot because you're like, all right, maybe that place just had really shitty lobster. But every place that I've ever tried it at, it's just lobster. It's just the flavor of it for me is
No bueno.
No.
And that's why they used to feed it to prisoners. Because it's dirty.
Bottom trollers.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but
I just thought it was easy to
okay,
get.
question: if lobster is bad and flounder is good, and they do the same thing, why is that?
I don't fucking know.
Because flounder picks its shit out from vast fucking areas, where lobster just kind of hang out in one spot, and they may eat their own shit in the process.
Mhm.
Lobster stuffed lobster.
Mm.
God dang.
Gentlemen, we got about 9 minutes left this evening.
Yep.
Do we want to touch on anything in particular? We've kind of covered all these trailers, I feel. Other than
Pretty
Titans.
much.
Other than Titans. Do we want to touch on Titans for a second?
I mean,
Mm.
I'm not giving y'all permission to touch me, but if y'all want to touch a Titan, it's okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm too tired for this shit.
Oh, man.
I mean, to follow it up with some Discovery, touching on Titans for some Discovery.
Discovery some Titans?
Huh?
Well, I mean, if you touch on one, I'm bound and determined to figure out that you probably going to discover something.
I'm still just proud to say that P. Diddy is not a sponsor of the Angry Dandelion.
Or the new Godzilla movie.
Yep, not a sponsor of the Angry Dandelion. Who else is not a sponsor? Everyone. Thanks everyone for not sponsoring the Angry Dandelion. Thanks for everyone who does watch, since we're not sponsored and no one pays us to do anything. We just do this shit for fun, guys. We just do this shit for fun.
All right, so Titans. Guru, you have an opinion?
I mean, I'm gonna wait for the full opinion. I mean, I like how they're going dark, because that's what DC, I've noticed, has been doing here lately with all their movies and so far their shows. They've been trying to go a dark approach with everything except for
WB.
Flash, or everything on WB so far is not dark at all.
It's campy as shit.
I keep trying to click.
You keep trying to click on the video?
I do. Keep trying to click on
Here, let me help you. I have the power.
Hold on. Okay, I'm on your mouse.
But I want to hold my true opinion about the show once the show comes out.
Let me mute that shit.
I mean, I like the fact the synopsis underneath it says, fuck Batman.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. That is, whenever he says that in this trailer,
Dick
I
is
was just
being
like,
a dick.
yeah.
I'm interested, man. I'm interested. I want to know how those robin orangs, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, actually fly through the air, because that shit's unbalanced as fuck. Do you see that shit in the beginning?
Yeah, I saw that. And
the R-shaped ninja star? Come the fuck on.
That's one of the things I kind of have a beef with, because it wasn't the R. It wasn't. It wasn't the R that he used to throw around. It was, kind of like a batarang almost, except.
But it had the Robin look. It had the different. Yeah, it was different, like textured, basically.
Yeah, it was like a Robin that he was throwing in the air, not a R.
I'm just mad that it's not Chris O'Donnell.
I think it's interesting that what they're doing is taking the Teen Titan franchise and pushing forward with trying to grow them up a little bit with that fan base, because that fan base is like, it's not us, like, but we know them. Like, we hung on to cartoons long enough to like be like, yo, this, we know the Teen Titans. But to take that same grouping of heroes, because that's, I mean, for some kids, this group of heroes is more important to them than Batman. That's why I said fuck Batman. Like, Batman was nothing but like an old man during the Teen Titans. Like, it was the guy. Like, oh yeah, well, you know, Batman says, yeah, well, fuck Batman. Fuck Batman. Robin and his group of motherfucking people was owning it there at Capital T fucking Arena. You know, hanging out, doing all their shenanigans, getting all their stuff going down. All the younger heroes of the superhero genre, not necessarily the superheroes, but
they were doing their thing.
exactly.
They had their own villains.
Yeah, to grow them up and give them, at the same time you're getting the Teen Titan movie that just came into existence there for everybody. You're getting the Teen Titan movie and you're getting Titans.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said, I'm going to hold my opinion out on the actual show until I watch a couple episodes of it. That way I can actually give a true opinion of it, because I can't really go too much off of what the trailer is so far, except for the only beef I really have with it is, why is he throwing an R?
We've got under 3 minutes left, gentlemen.
I got 4 minutes flat in 10 seconds.
I got 2:37. Did you refresh your radio.co?
I do that. 2:26.
Yeah. And unfortunately, on the video end, I do not have the time this evening to do an after show. Unfortunately,
you gets no after show.
I've got
not this time around.
I've got big things going on in the work life, so Fat Boy's got to go to bed. But
Fat Boys are back. Yo, that was a good movie. Fucking Fat Boy movie.
Oh shit! I just like that Aubrey Plaza keeps popping up on after every trailer. Damn.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I'm just like, what the heck?
She's so
They're
creepy looking, but so sexy at the same time.
Yo, you should actually watch that particular video because it's about how weird she is.
I'm all about it.
What do you think he's gonna? What do you think he's gonna be doing after the show? He's throwing his own after show party.
Taking a piss, watching League of Legends, or not League of Legends, Jesus. Legends of Tomorrow.
Wow! You find out you just turned into a little girl.
Watching Legends of Tomorrow and falling asleep. That's exactly what's happening. Probably eating some fucking shit freezer food.
You weeboo bastard. Legends weeboo.
Man, fuck League of Legends, man. Smite was where it was at.
Smite-tastically.
But we got 42 seconds. We want to give a shout out to Ironic Radio again. Yay!
All right. Well, this has been the Angry Dandelion podcast show. We are the Angry Dandelion, or at least like 3 members that represent the brand right now. I'm thumping loud. That's sewn together. That's Super Kami Guru over there. We've been drinking. We've been hanging out. We've been talking. We gave you a little bit of San Diego Comic-Con. We told you some personal information about things that probably you shouldn't have needed. Nope.
You didn't need to know that.
Yeah, that's okay. You'll forget in the morning, and we won't hate you for it. It's been
half
fun,
the battle. G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a little bit of a walk down memory lane. San Diego Comic-Con, I guess, that's what they gave us, was a look into our childhood.
Yeah.
Is that the message that we get? It was it was a flashback. Like Comic-Con this year for us was a flashback.
Yeah,
I feel like it, yeah, because there was a lot of flashbacks.
we
that,
miss saying
like,
goodbye to Radio Land and our one listener.
Bye, Radio Land listener.
Yeah, we miss you all.
bye.
We miss you already. I'll see you in my dreams, sweet cheeks.
Oh dear God.
I don't know what you look like, so please don't be a fucking Godzilla monster. George the fucking gorilla or some shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
All right, fucking TV, Facebook, YouTube land. I really do gots to crash out this evening. Big day at the office tomorrow. Gentlemen, as always, it was a pleasure. I'll see you cats tomorrow when I get off work. No work on Friday, so let's focus on throwing down some promos.
Yeah, better days ahead. We appreciate everybody showing up here again. You know who we are. He'll give you a flash of our socials before we head out of here.
Oh no, I don't have that shit built. Actually, hold on a second. I got this.
You got
Hold on.
social page.
I got this. Hold on.
He'll also give you a flash of something else.
No, that's
Well-
illegal.
Yeah, on Facebook it is. We'd have to be private periscoping.
If it fucking loads, come on,
And
interwebs.
I heard once before it looked like that. So, something like a periscope comes up.
Got to look around.
Just
See
looks
what's out
around.
Here we go. It's almost my internet's being slow as fuck right now.
All right. Well,
Or
that's
maybe it's the Ironic Radio website. There it goes. All right, here we go. There you go. ironicradio.com, or as you see it right now, wblzmedia.com, but it is Ironic Radio.
Yes, it is.
All of those socials are clickable links. Thank you, Webboy, for putting in the work on that. Hit us up on any of our socials.
Oh, Ironic Radio Network.
Yeah. That was my easy way to pull up the socials today.
It was. Yeah, make sure you throw our social page back in there though at the end so we can just slap that up and like play music and go away.
Yeah, I got to get around to creating that the way I want it to be. I don't want it to be some bullshit text, so I'm going to have to hit up Panzoid and make it all legit.
Oh god, it's going to be something that like only a supercomputer can run.
And we're gonna
I'm not gonna
hear him bitch.
I'm not going to make it like motion graphics or anything like that. I just want it to look appropriate. I'm sorry. I like things to look nice.
We're also gonna hear you argue with the PC for like an hour and a half, maybe even 5.
So,
Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. I appreciate it. It gets everything done. TV Land, we appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Everybody that come in and hung out with us tonight.
Oh yeah.
Everybody who shows up on YouTube that are catching the after party where you're just kind of getting to watch the replays of it. Like, we appreciate your clicks too. Great appreciation goes out to the clicks that come in every week. We love you guys. You show us love.
let's hope for a legit after show next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's hope that you've got the opportunity to be able to have one.
Yep. We should be able to. Fingers crossed, knock on wood and shit. So I'm done. Y'all done?
All right.
Later, everyone.
Till next time.
I gotta click one more before we're out.